Good evening, world, and if you thought the Jeffrey Epstein story was over, you clearly haven't been paying attention to how billionaires spend their weekends. Most people leave a legacy of he was a nice guy or he liked gardening. Epstein left a legacy of 3 million documents that are currently acting as a digital guillotine for the global elite. And we are calling this week the Epstein earthquake because the tectonic plates of high finance, Middle Eastern logistics, and royal stupidity have finally shifted. And the smell coming from the cracks? Well, it's not lavender, folks. But let's start at the vampire squid itself, Goldman Sachs. On February 12th, the bank's top lawyer, Kathy Rimler, resigned. And now, Kathy isn't just any lawyer. She was a White House counsel for Obama. She's the kind of person who knows where the bodies are buried because she probably drafted the permits for the cemetery. But it turns out Kathy had a favorite relative. New emails revealed that she had an incredibly cozy relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, whom she affectionately referred to in private as, and I wish I were making this one up, Uncle Jeffrey. Uncle Jeffrey. Let that one sink in. Most people have an Uncle Jeffrey who tells bad jokes at Thanksgiving or forgets to buy you a birthday card. Kathy's Uncle Jeffrey was a convicted sex trafficker with a private island. The files suggest she was providing him with legal advice while she was holding public office. And that is the ultimate bring your monster to work day. Can you imagine the holiday dinners? Pass the gravy, Uncle Jeffrey, and by the way, here's how to bypass federal disclosure requirements for your shell companies. Goldman Sachs issued a statement saying they were surprised. Of course you were. Goldman Sachs is always surprised when they find out their employees aren't saints. It's like being surprised when you find out a shark ate a seal. It's in the DNA. But calling the world's most notorious predator uncle takes corporate networking to a level of creepiness that even Stephen King would find excessive. But the earthquake didn't stop on Wall Street. It traveled 7,000 miles to the desert. And we are going to Dubai, where the buildings are tall, the cars are gold, and the accountability is, let's just say it's under construction. Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem, the head of the global logistics giant DP World, has been sacked. You might know DP World as the people who own P&O ferries, the ones who fired 800 workers via Zoom a few years ago. Apparently, the Sultan was too busy with real estate to worry about staff morale. The new files suggest the Sultan's name was used to buy a second private island for Epstein. Because let's be honest, one private island is so 2005. If you are a high-level predator, you need a backup island. You need a spare in case the first one gets too much satellite coverage. The plan was to use the Sultan's name to hide Epstein's identity. It's the ultimate, you could call it a strawman deal. Hey Sultan, can I borrow your name for a bit? I want to buy a tropical paradise, but my own name keeps triggering these annoying international pariah alerts on Google. When you are the head of a company that manages the world's ports, you have the keys to the global supply chain. And apparently, the Sultan decided the most important thing to ship was anonymity for a fugitive. In Dubai, they are not happy. The Sultan has been removed, which in Dubai usually means he's currently sitting in a very expensive room wondering which of his friends is going to be mentioned in the next million documents. And just when you thought the British royal family couldn't get any more Duke of Hazzard, we have a Valentine's Day special. On February 14th, new files revealed that a close advisor to the former Prince Andrew, the man who claims he can't sweat and thinks Pizza Express is the peak of culinary achievement, was playing travel agent for Epstein. According to the documents, this advisor actively encouraged Epstein to illegally hide his criminal record on a visa application for China. Think about that. China's visa process is stricter than a boarding school in the 1920s. They want to know your blood type, your third grade teacher's maiden name, and whether you've ever looked at a picture of a Dalai Lama. But Andrew's camp allegedly said, "Don't worry, Jeff, just tick the no box on the are you a monster question. No one checks that. Peking duck is waiting." This is royal service at its finest. Usually the royals help promote British trade or open hospitals. Apparently Andrew's team was specializing in visa fraud for felons. It's a niche market, sure, but it's high-touch service. The palace is currently trying to distance itself so fast they might accidentally break the sound barrier. Andrew is already tucked away in a basement in Windsor, but every time these files drop, he pops up like a whack-a-mole made of pure scandal. And what have we learned this week? We've learned that the global elite is really just one big dysfunctional family where Uncle Jeffrey pays the bills and everyone else helps hide the receipts. At Goldman Sachs, they call corruption family advice. In Dubai, they call secret islands logistical coordination. And in the royal family, they call criminal conspiracy helping a friend with his paperwork. The Epstein files are the gift that keeps on giving, and I usually only said that about Brexit, but here we are. If by giving you mean destroying the last shred of public trust in every institution we hold dear. We have 3 million documents, people. We've only gone through the A's and the B's. By the time we get to the Z's, we'll probably find out that the moon is actually a shell company registered in the Cayman Islands. It's a masterclass in the rule of gold. Who has the gold, makes the rules, and then hires a top-tier lawyer and a sultan to make sure the rules don't apply to him? So stay tuned to Outside View Scandals. We are reading the files so you don't have to, mostly because our lawyer said it's educational, but also because we've already lost our ability to be shocked. I'm your host. Good night, and if you have an Uncle Jeffrey in your contacts list, maybe just hit delete.